The galaxy had long been a place of uneasy peace, a sprawling expanse where countless alien civilizations jostled for power, resources, and influence. For centuries, Earth had been considered a forgotten backwater, a blue speck overshadowed by far mightier star systems, known to most only as a distant legend from a less advanced age. The galactic community had moved on, dismissing Earth as a relic of primitive times, a planet with no significant influence beyond its solar system. But deep within the political hubs and shadowy corridors of power scattered across the stars, rumors began to stir, whispers of a warship unlike any other emerging from Earth's orbit. These rumors traveled from isolated space stations to vast imperial capitals, carried by merchants, spies, and diplomats alike. The stories were vague, but unsettling. A colossal warship, built in secret over decades, appeared on the edge of the galactic trade routes, silent and imposing, wielding technology that defied the understanding of even the most advanced alien scientists. The alien leaders faced a dilemma. Was this a bluff, an elaborate ruse by a planet they had long ignored? Or was Earth quietly becoming a powerhouse, ready to reclaim its forgotten place on the galactic stage? Intelligence agents were dispatched to gather information. Scouts and probes were sent to Earth's system to monitor the warship's movements. But no clear answers emerged. The warship stayed in orbit, a dark sentinel, its purpose unknown but its presence undeniable. Amid this growing unease, the story introduces the human perspective aboard the warship. Captain Rylena Coven, a seasoned officer, stood on the bridge watching the stars beyond the viewports. She represented the new Earth, tough, resourceful, and determined. Unlike the faded myths of a weak and isolated planet, Earth's people had rebuilt themselves through hardship, war, and unity. They had mastered both ancient and alien technology, forging a vessel designed not just for war but for survival in a hostile galaxy. Rylena and her crew were on a mission that carried immense stakes. Earth was sending a message, not only to its neighbors but to the entire galaxy. The warship symbolized humanity's resolve. Forgotten no longer, Earth had returned to claim its rightful place. For years, humans had endured isolation and disdain. Now, with the warship ready to venture into the wider galaxy, everything was about to change. The tension on the ship was palpable. Every crew member understood the stakes. They were not only facing unknown alien adversaries, but also the challenge of reshaping galactic perceptions. They prepared for possible encounters, diplomatic or violent, that would test their skills and their will. Back in the alien worlds, discussions turned to speculation and fear. Some viewed Earth's warship as a threat that might shatter the fragile peace and trigger widespread conflict. Others pondered if humanity's return could bring a new balance or even an alliance against greater cosmic dangers. Yet underlying every debate was one truth. Earth was no longer the weak planet it once was. The galaxy had to reckon with this new reality, and none could predict what would come next. In this opening part, the story sets the stage for a vast, complex conflict. It establishes a sense of mystery and suspense around Earth's reemergence, introduces key characters, and builds anticipation for the explosive events to come. The galaxy holds its breath, and the moment Earth's warship appears is fast approaching, the moment that will change everything. The Earth warship's sudden appearance on the edge of the galaxy's busiest trade route sent shockwaves across multiple star systems. This region, a vital artery connecting the core empires with distant colonies and neutral zones, was always bustling with merchant fleets, patrol vessels, and diplomatic envoys. The presence of an unknown and formidable human warship disrupted this delicate balance. Alien observers watched from their fleets with a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and growing apprehension. Many had dismissed Earth as irrelevant for centuries, but the massive, sleek warship hovering at the outskirts of the trade lane was a stark reminder that humans had grown into something far more formidable than anyone had expected. The ship's design was unfamiliar. Its hull was covered with an alloy that shimmered with a subtle iridescence, and it emitted strange energy pulses that defied conventional sensors. Captain Rylena Coven, commanding the warship, understood the gravity of the moment. She knew the galaxy's old powers would not hesitate to challenge Earth's sudden claim to influence. The galaxy's military fleets began to converge, some cautiously, others with hostile intent. The largest and most aggressive faction in the region, the Jacquard Dominion, infamous for their brutal conquests and merciless tactics, sent a fleet to investigate, intending to intimidate or destroy the human vessel. When the Jacquard fleet arrived, the tension on board the Earth warship was thick enough to cut with a knife. The humans prepared their defenses but did not attack outright. Instead, Relena issued a measured warning, a show of force meant to announce Earth's arrival without immediately provoking open war. In a stunning demonstration of power and precision, the Earth warship unleashed a single warning shot toward the Jacquard fleet. It was not a reckless barrage but a calculated strike, a missile guided with uncanny accuracy that disabled several key enemy ships without causing massive destruction. The shot was a message. Earth had the power to destroy fleets, but chose restraint. It was both a warning and a challenge. The effect on the Jacquard commanders was immediate and profound. They had expected a primitive world, perhaps a bluff backed by outdated weapons. Instead, they found themselves outmatched by tactics and technology they had never encountered. Panic rippled through their ranks as they scrambled to reassess the threat. Communications erupted with urgent calls for reinforcements and strategic councils. Elsewhere in the galaxy, the news of the warning shot spread like wildfire. Alien governments convened emergency meetings to discuss this unexpected human resurgence. Some factions saw Earth's display as an opportunity to forge alliances with a rising power. Others feared it signaled the end of the fragile status quo and braced for inevitable conflict. Meanwhile, aboard the Earth warship, the crew grappled with the consequences of their action. While the warning shot demonstrated their strength, it also painted a target on their backs. Captain Relena convened her officers, debating their next moves. Diplomacy was on the table, but so was the grim reality that their presence alone might ignite a war that humanity was only beginning to understand. The moment encapsulated a turning point. Earth had moved from legend to reality, from isolation to confrontation. The galaxy had been warned. Humans were no longer passive observers but active players, armed and unafraid. In this chapter, the story escalates dramatically from suspicion to direct engagement. It highlights human ingenuity and restraint, showcases the tensions between established alien powers and the emerging Earth threat, and sets the stage for the larger conflicts ahead. The warning shot is not just a military action, it is the first ripple in a tidal wave of change that will sweep across the galaxy. As the galaxy reels from the Earth warship's sudden appearance and stunning display of power, curiosity and fear deepen. What makes this vessel so deadly? How did a once isolated planet create such a formidable machine capable of striking terror into the heart of the galaxy? In Part 3, the story pulls back the curtain on the warship's secret, its origin, design, and the spirit behind it. The warship, named Aegis of Terra, is no ordinary vessel. Its hull is crafted from a unique composite alloy developed on Earth, combining rare minerals mined from Earth's most hostile environments and advanced nanomaterials grown through experimental bioengineering. This makes the ship incredibly resilient, capable of absorbing impacts that would shatter conventional starships and repairing damage autonomously during battle. But the ship's true edge lies in its hybrid technology. Earth scientists and engineers reverse-engineered ancient alien relics uncovered on Earth, combining them with human innovation to create weapons and defense systems unlike anything in the galaxy. The warship's main weapon system is a quantum pulse cannon that can disrupt enemy shields and disable multiple ships in rapid succession. Its stealth capabilities rely on adaptive cloaking that bends light and energy fields around it, rendering it nearly invisible to most sensors. More than its technology, the warship symbolizes humanity's relentless spirit. The story flashes back to Earth's darkest days, when the planet was ravaged by climate disasters, resource wars, and near-extinction events. Humanity was pushed to its limits but refused to surrender. Instead, they united, scavenged ancient knowledge, and pooled their resources to survive and thrive. The Aegis of Terra is a testament to that resilience, a warship built not just for conquest but as a shield for a people who have endured. On board, Captain Rylena Kovan grapples with the burden of this knowledge. She understands the warship's symbolic weight, how it represents both hope and warning. During a strategic meeting with her officers, she shares this history, reinforcing the crew's resolve. They are not just soldiers. They are ambassadors of Earth's survival and its warning. The galaxy must respect humanity's right to exist and thrive. This part also explores internal conflicts within the crew. Some officers question whether their mission should be purely defensive or if Earth should take a more aggressive stance to secure its place in the galaxy. These debates highlight the moral complexities of wielding such power in a vast and volatile galaxy. Meanwhile, alien factions scramble to understand the technology behind the warship. Their attempts to analyze captured fragments or intercepted signals only deepen the mystery. Earth's technology appears to operate on principles unknown or dismissed by alien science, baffling experts and fueling rumors of forbidden knowledge or ancient human-alien collaboration. The revelation of the warship's secret shifts the stakes dramatically. It becomes clear that Earth's return is not a fleeting challenge, but a long-term assertion of power. The galaxy's rulers realize that to confront humanity is to face an enemy shaped by survival against all odds, an enemy with both advanced technology and unyielding will. In conclusion, Part 3 deepens the story's emotional and thematic core. It reveals the warship as more than metal and weapons, a symbol of humanity's indomitable spirit and ingenuity. This part lays the foundation for understanding why the galaxy fears Earth's warship and sets up the inevitable confrontations that will test both technology and morality. Following the shocking display of power by Earth's warship, the news reverberates through every corner of the galaxy. The once dismissive whispers about Earth transform into outright fear. The Aegis of Terra has proven that humanity is not only back, but that it wields technology and tactics that could reshape the balance of power. This part focuses on how the galaxy reacts, politically, militarily, and socially, to the emergence of this new formidable player. In the great halls of alien empires, emergency summits are convened. The dominant powers who have long controlled the galactic order find themselves at an unprecedented crossroads. The usual alliances and rivalries are strained as leaders debate how to respond to the Earth threat. Some advocate for immediate military action, fearing Earth's influence will grow unchecked, while others argue for cautious diplomacy, hoping to avoid full-scale war. Fear spreads unevenly across factions. The Jacquard Dominion, still licking wounds from their encounter with the Earth warship, intensifies their military preparations. They dispatch fleets to patrol vulnerable regions and fortify their borders, knowing Earth could strike again at any time. Meanwhile, more cautious factions, like the diplomatic and trade-oriented Velinari Confederacy, open channels for communication, hoping to negotiate with Earth's representatives and find peaceful coexistence. Amid the chaos, opportunistic warlords and rogue groups see potential profit. Smugglers and mercenaries offer their services to the highest bidder, and espionage skyrockets. Galactic intelligence networks buzz with reports of spies trying to infiltrate Earth's orbit or steal secrets about the Aegis of Terra. Fear drives many into paranoia, triggering mistrust between even long-standing allies. Meanwhile, Earth's warship remains a silent, immovable presence near the trade route, an imposing symbol of humanity's warning. The warship's crew conducts diplomatic broadcasts with carefully crafted messages. Their communications are blunt and firm. Earth's power is real and growing, and any aggression toward humanity will be met with overwhelming retaliation. But Earth also extends an olive branch to factions willing to respect their sovereignty and recognize humanity's right to security. Within the Aegis of Terra, Captain Rylena Kovan and her officers wrestle with the consequences of their role as both warriors and diplomats. Rylena feels the weight of responsibility. The warship's appearance has sparked fear and unrest, but it has also opened a window for new alliances or devastating wars. She leads discussions on how to balance strength with diplomacy, how to ensure Earth's survival without becoming the galaxy's greatest threat. As fear mounts, several smaller star systems begin quietly pledging allegiance to Earth, hoping to secure protection or favorable trade agreements. This growth in influence is watched nervously by larger empires, who see the rise of humanity as a challenge to their dominance. The old galactic order feels the first tremors of change. The story also touches on public reaction across the galaxy, how citizens of various species experience the news. For some, the emergence of Earth's warship is terrifying, a harbinger of war and destruction. For others, especially oppressed or marginalized groups, Earth represents a potential new power that might upset corrupt regimes or bring justice. In this section, the galaxy itself becomes a character, alive with tension, shifting loyalties and growing fear. The narrative sets the stage for the inevitable clash, showing how the presence of the Earth warship forces everyone to reconsider their place in the cosmic hierarchy. Ultimately, Part 4. The galaxy's fear spreads illustrates how a single moment, the appearance of one ship, can ripple outwards, destabilizing centuries of peace and forcing an entire galaxy to confront a new and unpredictable reality. The mounting fear and tension across the galaxy culminate in an inevitable confrontation. Part 5, The Clash of Titans, is the story's pivotal action-packed segment where Earth's warship, the Aegis of Terra, faces off against the combined forces of alien empires determined to crush humanity's rising power. The tension is electric as fleets from multiple factions converge near a critical system bordering several key trade routes. The Jakar Dominion leads this alliance, their thirst for vengeance ignited by their earlier defeat. Joined by other wary empires fearful of Earth's expansion, the coalition assembles a massive armada, countless warships bristling with weapons, ready to obliterate the human threat once and for all. Captain Relina Coven, commanding the Aegis of Terra, is acutely aware of the stakes. She knows that the battle will not only decide Earth's fate, but could determine the future power dynamics of the entire galaxy. The crew is battle-hardened and resolute. They have trained for this moment, prepared to prove that humanity's survival was no accident but a testament to their strength and will. The battle begins with a thunderous exchange of fire across the void. The Aegis of Terra moves with a terrifying grace, weaving through enemy fire, its shields absorbing blows that would devastate lesser ships. The quantum pulse cannon fires with devastating precision, crippling enemy flagships and turning the tide of skirmishes across the battlefield. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the human crew leverages superior tactics and advanced technology. Adaptive cloaking devices allow surprise attacks and strategic retreats, while nanomaterial hull repairs keep the ship in fighting condition longer than any alien vessel could endure. Human pilots execute daring maneuvers, often risking their lives to protect the warship's flanks and key systems. Amid the chaos, the story focuses on key moments of heroism and sacrifice. Officers rally their teams, make split-second decisions, and face overwhelming odds with courage. One young tactical officer devises an ingenious strategy to exploit a weakness in the alien fleet's formation, turning what seemed like a certain defeat into a brutal counterattack. Meanwhile, Captain Relina personally oversees critical operations from the bridge, inspiring her crew with her calm resolve and tactical brilliance. The alien coalition, stunned by Earth's resilience, struggles to maintain cohesion. Internal rivalries and mistrust flare up under pressure, weakening their coordination. Some alien commanders hesitate or debate retreat, but pride and fear keep most locked in deadly combat. The battle is brutal and costly on all sides. As the fight rages, the Aegis of Terra delivers a crushing blow to the coalition's flagship, causing a cascading collapse in enemy morale. This victory does not end the war but marks a turning point. The galaxy can no longer dismiss Earth as a minor threat. The aftermath leaves scars, wrecked ships, shattered alliances, and a galaxy irrevocably changed. The victory solidifies humanity's place as a major galactic power but also signals that Earth is now a target for those who fear or envy its strength. Part 5 highlights the themes of resilience, strategy, and the human spirit confronting overwhelming odds. It also underscores the high cost of power and the complexity of galactic politics in a universe where trust is fragile and war looms large. In this climactic chapter, The story delivers intense action and emotional weight, setting the stage for the final part where the consequences of this battle reshape the future of the galaxy and Earth's role within it. After the fierce and decisive clash that marked Earth's bold return to the galactic stage, the galaxy stands on the brink of a profound transformation. Part 6, A New Galactic Order, explores the aftermath of the battle, the shifting alliances, and the dawning of a new era shaped by humanity's presence. The victory of the Aegis of Terra against overwhelming odds has shattered centuries-old power structures. Alien empires that once ruled unchallenged now face a powerful new player who has proven that Earth's warship is not a fleeting threat, but a lasting force. The once dominant factions, humbled and fractured, must reevaluate their positions and strategies as fear and respect for humanity reshape their politics. In the weeks following the battle, diplomatic channels flood with messages from various factions, some seeking peace, others seeking alliance, and a few plotting revenge. The galaxy is rife with uncertainty and tension. The warship remains stationed near key trade routes, a constant reminder that Earth's watchful eye now governs parts of the cosmos. Captain Relina Kovan finds herself navigating a complex web of diplomacy and military readiness. She leads delegations to negotiate terms with alien leaders willing to recognize Earth's sovereignty and those wary of further conflict. These meetings are fraught with tension, as centuries of mistrust collide with the urgent need for stability. Relina's role evolves from warrior to diplomat, her decisions carrying immense weight for the future of both humanity and the galaxy. Within Earth's leadership, debates rage over how far to extend their reach. Some advocate for cautious expansion, strengthening alliances, fostering trade, and avoiding unnecessary wars. Others push for more aggressive policies to secure resources and influence before rivals can regroup. This internal dialogue highlights the tension between survival, ambition, and the desire to avoid becoming the very tyrants Earth once feared. The story also focuses on the human crew aboard the Aegis of Terra, who experience the weight of their role firsthand. They witness the galaxy's awe and fear, but also the hopes of species seeking protection or justice. The crew's loyalty and belief in humanity's mission deepen, even as they grapple with the sacrifices and moral complexities that come with wielding such power. Meanwhile, in distant corners of the galaxy, resistance movements begin to form, groups unwilling to accept Earth's ascendancy. These factions operate in shadows, conducting sabotage and espionage, setting the stage for future conflicts. The galaxy's fragile peace is a tenuous balance, maintained by uneasy truces and vigilant watchfulness. The final scenes emphasize the emergence of a new galactic order, one where Earth is a pivotal force shaping politics, culture, and military alliances. The Aegis of Terra becomes a symbol not just of fear but of possibility, representing a future where humanity can either uplift or dominate. The narrative closes on a powerful note of uncertainty and hope. The galaxy has screamed in horror at Earth's arrival, but now it must adapt to a changed reality. The story leaves readers with a sense of ongoing tension and opportunity, hinting that humanity's true challenge has only just begun.